to you by SABC News. We're speaking to President Jacob Zuma following his State of the Nation address on Thursday. Mr. President, good evening, and thank you very much for allowing us to speak to you.
Good evening, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well, compared to last year's lukewarm response, I think it was an overwhelmingly positive response that you got from your speech. Were you surprised?
No, I was not surprised. I was not surprised because I think that we tried to look at the situation of the country and really tried to address the challenges that we are faced. I think any reasonable South African would certainly see that we've tried our best. I don't think I was surprised. I'm not sure if there was somebody else, what else would they have said, really?
Well, take us through what was going on in your mind as you were preparing to make that speech.
Well, we have started a way back. Firstly, to say what are the challenges that face us today. You would, of course, recall that when we were campaigning, when we were concluding our campaign, we prioritized 5 issues, very clearly wanting to say what are the things that we need to tackle, which are really challenges before us. And we have been working on these challenges so that we were not working on any other thing, very specific. And as we were preparing, having meetings, it was clear that ever since we started, 3 of the 5 priorities have been cracked. Clear on education, we are clear what we want to do. We have 10-point plan, which we are busy implementing. On health also, we are busy implementing that one. On crime, we are also busy implementing. I think everybody accept the reality that the crime has gone down. The issue of rural development is an issue that we are working very hard on. There's a lot of the work down the road that has been done. The 5th one, which is job creation, is the one that has been standing and therefore difficult to deal with. So what was going on in our mind as we work on this one was the question we had to answer: how do we crack this one? Because much as it looks like the one of the huge challenges, but also it's not like the kind of challenge that could be faced by one sector. It's a challenge that needs all of us to participate. Is to some degree a national challenge that needs all of us. It needs the government, it needs business, it needs workers on the other hand, particularly organized workers in the unions. It needs society. There are many things that we would have looked at. So this is what was going in our mind. How then do we crack it really? And how do we make everybody, firstly, to accept that this is a challenge, and therefore to accept also the reality that we all have to work together towards dealing with it. Because if we deal with that issue, just like in education, we have dealt with a number of other issues. If we succeed to put the workers or those who are unemployed to employment, because then you are saying citizens who would not have been able to put the bread on the table are now in a position to do so. And therefore, we are dealing with the changing of the quality of life.
Mr. President, we are going to get into a little bit of detail around that. But so would you then say that dealing with jobs was perhaps the single most important message or issue you wanted to deal with in your speech?
Absolutely. Critically, that was the issue. That's an issue that, among others, that loomed larger than others. There are other issues, but that one has been looming large as we were preparing for the SONA.
Now, analysts, pundits, political parties have obviously given various interpretations to the rest of the things that you said. What do you think of the reactions that you've seen so far?
I don't think the reactions are surprising to me. If you take opposition parties, I think, in my view, they have responded as I expected. Firstly, to say yes, there's something which is being said here, but they must find something. There must be a but, always. So I expected that. So it's not surprising. What though one is going to be expecting from the opposition parties in particular is how utilizing Parliament, those who are in Parliament, what is that we are going to do to ensure that we address this issue that faces our nation, the job creation. Perhaps in the process of dealing with the issues, people are going to be more realistic, and I think some opposition parties really said this is the right thing. Perhaps what they said fall short here and there. What I saw as a critical point that they were making from their point of view, when they say, but it falls short of this, they were saying it fell short of the details. Now, of course, I'd made the point, as I was presenting, that the details on a number of aspects are going to come when departments begin to discuss their detailed plans in terms of dealing with their budgets. So I wouldn't have been able to go into all the details. Otherwise, I would be doing the work of the department.
Now, would you be so bold as to say that after your speech, you feel that you have your comrades, your opposition parties, your business, organized labor, all the constituencies, would you say that from what they would have read from your speech, they have confidence in your ability to steer this country in the right direction, confidence in the future under your leadership?
Well, I wouldn't be much of a judge for myself, but I think from the reactions, I would say generally people felt the country is going in the right direction. Generally, I think they realize government has the right approach. It has a plan. We are doing something on the challenges, and that's what is needed in any country. And that, therefore, those who will play a part to assist, they are ready to do so. I would also imagine that all of them should be able to have the country move forward. There's no one who wants to be an opposition in a country that is going down the drain. I think everyone would participate to ensure that we move forward to make South Africa really a strong country, a country with prosperity.
Mr. President, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, 2011 has been declared the year of job creation. Don't go away. Sorry.